With that, I want to welcome everybody to Crashing Game Night. My name is Matt Diorio, your host. As always, tonight we're joined by the Beanied One, Gerard Barrera.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? That's right. It's another week, another gathering. We're missing our boy Theo again. It's okay, but we miss you. J-Rock, love you, bro. Happy to have you here. Happy to be with the boys. What's going on?
And
going
since
on,
Jerry
nerds?
took my normal intro,
Yeah, I know, right? Jesus Christ, Jerry. Like,
Oh, I'm sorry.
why do you always
joined,
mess it up,
we're
Jerry?
joined by our maitre d' services, the man with the couch, the man, the myth, the legend, the lion's mane, Jason Valerio.
J-Rock. There he is.
How's it going, guys? How's it going? Tonight I have sans glasses. It's okay. Don't worry. You know, people, you break your glasses all the time. It's okay. It's a thing of life. You just, get it repaired, get some super glue, get the old school duct tape.
You Harry Potter it, you tape it up, and
yeah. Oh,
you
dude,
keep going.
If we Harry Pottered it, I would have my glasses on because it would be like,
right?
Oculo Reparo, But, it's another night, a little sniffle too. So sorry about that, guys. If I just go sniffle on the mic.
No, that's all right.
It's all good, man. I think everybody's kind of getting over crap right now with all that fucking weather.
Oh, yeah, the weather has just been crazy, like allergies.
Or continuing to fight it. I feel like I'm fighting it, like, and still not getting it. So
Not just like allergies for
Oh.
some reason, man. It's just been haywire this year, like crazy.
Yeah, mine have not been great, so it's all right though.
Okay.
So we've got a lot to talk about tonight. Not gonna lie. So to everybody, we
announcements.
We took off last week, just with everything going on in life and whatnot. So now we're back and we're coming into, we have a PlayStation State of Play, Summer Game Fest, Ubisoft Forward, and the Xbox Games Showcase all to talk about tonight. Which aptly, this episode is titled "This Should Have Been E3 Week," which it should have. And
yeah,
when we really look at it, is we can really remember that should have been E3 week, is because back in 2016, the day after my wedding, on June 12th, I was on a plane to Cali for E3 2016.
That really was so great. Like, when I said goodbye to you guys, all right, guys, I'll see you next week. And then literally next week,
gone. So it was, so today though marks and which is funny is, right, when we look at it, right, this is my 8th wedding anniversary today.
Okay. Congratulations.
Nice, congrats.
Sir.
So when we look at the grand scheme of things, this week marks officially our 10-year friendiversary.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Let's
play
those violins, guys. Let's play those violins. Just God.
Wow.
Bring a tear to the eye now. Bring a tear to the eye. That means we old.
Dang, man.
One of us is older, but we're old.
But yeah, it's crazy to think about, that 10 years ago,
dang, man,
was my first E3 that I ever went to. It was what Theo's.
That was your first?
It was 2014 was my first one. Yeah.
Gnarly. Okay, cool.
Dang. So yeah, it's amazing to kind of just look at all this, but let's kind of start. Let's catch up real quick. How is everybody?
I'm doing all right. I've been just working up a storm and kind of laying low and just trying to save and getting ready for Comic-Con and getting ready for August. I can't wait to get you guys back out here.
Yeah, which we got to talk about after we're done recording tonight, so we can lock in some dates.
Lock in the dates.
Other than that, I've just been just been working and trying to knock out the backlog.
Yeah, same here, man. Hey,
I've been
I'm about to beat Jerry though. It's okay. You know, I was going to save it till the end of the show. I was going to save it till the end of the show.
Okay,
I
we'll
was
see.
like, oh,
We'll
since
see.
all
nobody
right.
asked about
Well,
that, we were like,
You see where you're at.
yeah, you know,
I've still been playing. I haven't stopped.
I'm about to finish chapter 10, sir. So I mean, like,
Okay, shit.
I
yeah.
don't know where you at, Jerry, but you know, time's ticking.
Well,
I'm gonna
then,
finish it
Never
this
mind.
we
We
week.
don't
can-
need to talk about it. We're
So we
good.
can
Time's
actually
ticking.
I
We'll
don't need to
finish
talk
this
get
about
to
week.
talking
I
what
don't need
we've
to talk
been
about nothing.
playing. Let's just go and get this started. So let's kick this off. We had State of Play
Cool.
on May 30th. Of course, that was just flown back the day before from my daughter graduating high school. So they started off with a game called Concord, which is from Firewalk Studios, which is one of their first party studios. They acquired Firewalk a couple of years ago. The game is going to be coming out on August 23rd for PC and PS5. It is a 5v5 FPS along the lines of kind of like an Overwatch. Everyone's got their own like characters, their own special abilities. They're gonna have 16 unique characters at launch. They didn't really have anything available as far as cost wise yet for when the game comes out. I'm guessing it's probably going to be, if it's not a free to play, it's going to be $70. That's
I think it's
just
gonna be down
guessing.
lower. If it's PC and PS5, it's got to be a little
Yep.
bit lower. Just because you know it's unfair to have honestly a $70 game on PC. A lot of people aren't honestly gonna play it, like pick
Yeah.
it up if it's that much on PC.
Yep. So next up, they announced that God of War Ragnarok is launching the 19th of September on PC. It's going to include upscaling and super ultra wide monitor support. It's including the Valhalla DLC. And those that pre-order it get access to the Kratos snow armor and the Atreus risen snow tunic. It looked pretty from what they were showing. And I think it's
Cool.
great that they're bringing that to PC, because I think more people playing the game is, just beneficial for the studios themselves, which we'll talk about Microsoft a little bit later on everything they're doing. Then you had, and keep in mind, guys, I'm just grabbing some of the highlights from each of these different shows that we're going to be talking about today, because there was so much gaming content, especially out of
there was a lot announced.
the Xbox Game Showcase and Summer Game Fest. So anyway, so we've got Ballad of Antara. It's from Tipsworks Studios. They're part of the Infold Games portfolio. It's going to release next year. It's going to be free to play, and it's an action RPG that you can do up to 3-player multiplayer on, which I think is nice. I think some of the stuff that's a little bit more free to play is a little bit more engaging for people. Especially look at the economy right now and how inflation is hurting everybody. You don't necessarily have the money to pay for, PlayStation Online plus what is it, the Mog Pass or whatever it is for like Final Fantasy 16. That costs a bit there, and you've got Elder Scrolls Online that that's a subscription based one, so having free to play is great. They did say that post launch they plan to add new emissaries, zones, as well as the continuation of the story, so they're planning on supporting it well after the fact. So hopefully they'll make enough off of whatever microtransactions are going into the game to basically support the development on that. Then you did have this one makes me wish I actually had a PlayStation VR 2, Alien Rogue Incursion. The trailer was fantastic. It made me kind of feel like I was in Aliens.
That one looked like
really with them showing off
the armor,
pulse
the
rifle
armory,
and
the different weapons, but then hearing the pulse rifle, like everything sounded like crisp. It was cool.
Yeah, and then seeing the alien warrior just right there going, "Hi, I'm gonna kill you." It's coming from a studio called Servius. It'll be out this holiday. It is using the Unreal Engine 5, which is impressive. It'll be a new storyline in the Alien universe. So for VR2 fans, I think that's going to be a good kind of like horror-ish sci-fi title for them to enjoy. And it made me feel like when I was watching the trailer, it didn't feel like I was in quote unquote like a VR scape like you've seen. Like as much as I love Gorilla and Horizon, just the way the hands were positioned, it made you feel like, you were definitely in virtual reality, whereas it felt a lot tighter. And that might be because of Unreal 5, you know? Um, so with that, you also have Where Winds Meet. It's from Everstone Studio. There was no launch date. The best way to describe this was the story is what they call a wuxia style game. So it's in the style of I think Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. That whole genre of movies and stuff like that are all that, fantasy type action sequences, the wire type action sequences. So it's gonna be set in the Five Dynasties and Ten Kingdoms era of Chinese history. So they are going to be leaning into historical events from what it looks like. So that one seemed kind of interesting. And I was like, that might be one I might consider like taking a look at more as we get information on it. Then you had Until Dawn. It's already been out. Yes, this is the PC and PS5 remake.
I don't get this. I don't understand.
I mean, I do a business standpoint. Why not try and squeeze some more money out of another reboot or
why not just make a new game that is
I understand, but I get the business
because the studio that made it went off and they're making their own games now.
Yeah, I know, but I get like you don't have to use the exact same like characters per se. Like yeah, it'd be cool because then you have this like part 2 horror thing, but you can make similar games like this. So, I mean, it's not unheard of.
But it also makes sense because within the last couple of years, I mean, a lot of older games have gotten resurgence. This is one of them. I mean, this has been streamed recently.
I don't see where the demand was for it.
Yeah, exactly. There was
like a niche like demand, but I mean, I'm with you. I don't understand, but like, I get why they did it.
This is the thing, though. It wasn't even a major title that, like Red Dead 2. Getting that remastered, sure, no problem.
That makes sense.
This was old, got remastered. Now it's getting remade,
and had like a niche like cult following. Like it was one of those.
At this point, you might as well have remade Killzone or the original Uncharted trilogy.
Something else where like
Jack and Daxter.
Put some money in there, but
older Ratchet and Clanks.
I just don't get it.
I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get
it. With it coming to,
I understand the move.
I mean, with it coming to PlayStation Plus Premium, heck, Sly Cooper, remake that game, right? You have way more of a demand for that. Hey, you have more of a demand for Legend of Dragoon.
Oh yeah.
So remake that, bring that to the table, right?
Yeah.
So, speaking of remakes, another title that was announced during the State of Play was Silent Hill 2.
Wasn't surprised at this one either.
Yeah.
I never got into it. We knew it was in the pipe and whatnot. Yeah. It looks amazing.
Yeah. And these horror games, I admit they do need reboots or they need remakes.
Agreed, because there really haven't been great like straight horror games, which makes sense of the Resident Evil remakes, like why there's such a demand for them. I get the Silent Hill 2 as well. Like there's a demand for these kind of games. Yeah. There really haven't been really good straight horror games lately.
Well, these are okay because years. Think of the pixelation that you had when you brought these games out.
Oh yeah, and
that's why like these horror games.
I'm just saying it's a perfect storm because there's the need for these kind of games, and it makes sense to bring back some of these great classics that clearly need it. and there's a want for it. So
These for
this makes
sure.
sense.
These for sure definitely need like a reboot, a remaster, just because of again how pixelated they were when they came out, and they were
Yeah.
so good back then.
And
Oh, yeah.
So
they still got you
it's
out of your seat back then. Like,
it's
oh
going to
yeah,
be even better now, where you have so much more effects that you can put in, or things that were supposed to be like this
We're
is what's
supposed to
supposed to
be
happen,
there.
but
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
of limitations, could not. You know, like there are a lot more in which you
Yeah.
know I wish they could remake. You know, a lot of them, you know, Dino Crisis, you know, old school. Wish
Mhm.
that thing's coming
oh
back.
yeah,
Parasite Eve, you know, those I wish came back
man.
again. You know,
Oh man,
and
you're really
there
Ooh,
going.
there
you
are
are
so many.
digging into that vault.
Yeah, there are so many from the PlayStation 1 vault where, you know, if they remastered those would be big
Mhm.
hits already because one, the people that played them that know are going to be like, oh my God. And the ones that didn't play them, they're going to see this
Mhm.
as like, oh my God, what is this?
Something
You
for the
know,
first
like
time. Yeah,
trying it for the first time, just like Final Fantasy
yeah.
for a lot of players. Final Fantasy 7, best case scenario in this example. Yeah, you have the old school pixelated one. Now you have the new school pixelated
Mhm.
one. It's not a one-to-one, which again, fine. You know, we don't need a one-to-one. That's fine. You could be a little up in the air. You know, I'm almost done, but I'm still a little more up in the air with what
Mhm.
remake's been
Mhm.
doing or rebirth's been doing. But you know, these games are just going to be like, oh my God, like these are what kind of games they had back in the day, but they just didn't have the man
Mhm.
the processing power to make it
Oh yeah.
that much better.
They always
And it.
had more potential, but they were
Mhm.
just like limited by
Oh
their
yeah.
time.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I absolutely get Silent Hill being remade.
Yeah,
100%. So I compare it like Silent Hill, absolutely 100% people have been screaming for the remakes on that. You go back to Until Dawn, not so much.
Really, it's just at this
yeah,
point
No.
you're just flexing
Honestly,
on
at that
different
point, you could
consoles.
have just done a PS5 patch,
Yeah, pretty
because
much.
the game looked great even on the PS4. So
Yeah,
you
it
just
was
patch it for the
fine.
PS5. You don't need to actually remake it. Um so Silent Hill 2 is going to be coming out October 6th. Um with that, so just in time for Halloween too. So it's perfect timing on that. Um,
Spooky.
then you had
oh
Monster
yeah.
Hunter
Wilds.
Wilds announced. It is coming in 2025. It is going to be coming out for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC.
Which please, if it's cross-platform, it's going to be a bang.
I haven't seen anything about it being cross-platform yet, but
It's a
it's coming to all of them.
possibility. It's, you know, fingers crossed,
Yep.
man. One
We're
day we're
seeing
gonna
more and more
have
of that.
one day we're gonna have the
Um,
unity. One
Now,
day.
for me, up until this point on the state of play, because there's a couple we skipped over and stuff like that, but overall, up until this point, I would have given this state of play a C. It was very kind of lackluster to me. Nothing really stood out, especially leading into, you have, Summer Game Fest happening in 2 weeks. You'd think you'd kind of have a little bit more there. Um, but what did excite me out of everything is Astrobot. He's getting his own full-fledged game. This is when we talk about listening to the demand, right? Until Dawn, we talked about there wasn't really a demand there. Astrobot, there have been people calling for his own full-scale game since Rescue Missions on the VR. And even more so after Playroom
Astro's
launched with
Playroom,
the
man. Come on,
yeah.
like
So Team Asobi and PlayStation have heard us. They are coming out with the game. It's September 5th. Now, when I made this slide, we were possibly looking at recording last week, and then we decided we're just going to take the week off. So Friday pre-orders opened up for Astro's Playroom. They're just going to have a standard physical copy that is going to be in the stores. There's going to be standard digital, and then there's going to be a digital deluxe edition. So real quick, I will pull it up for us here. We can talk about just a couple
I'm
of.
excited for this one just because as You know, a
Yeah.
lot of people have played, well, obviously because it comes with the PlayStation 5, you know, you get that, you
Mm-hmm.
get all the features that the PlayStation 5 is supposed to give you, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the best game, just like, you know, how Nintendo Sports, Nintendo 1, 2 Switch, those games, they kind of give you that feel of what can the, why are you buying this versus others? You know, it's kind of
Yeah.
that like little, that demo tester. And when they
Yeah.
turned it into a game, Astro's Playroom, dude, so many people just loved it because you can just like, you know, mosey around. You could
It was a
like
good game. I enjoyed it
Yep.
very
aesthetically,
much.
it was amazing, like to look
Yeah.
at, like the
Mm-hmm.
feel from the controllers and stuff like that too. Oh my God, Rapid Skin. Oh,
All right. So
I
real
gotta get
quick.
that.
So the physical standard
Oh my
edition,
God.
with the pre-order bonuses, you're getting the full game, physical poster, Parappa, Love Struck Lyrics outfit,
Yeah.
dual speeder colors. It's the glorious graffiti, and you're getting 2 avatars.
Cool.
Um, so
Just the Parappa bot alone,
mhm.
dude.
Now the digital standard edition is going to be you're getting the full game outfit, the speeder, and the avatars. The deluxe edition now, you're getting 12 avatars, you're getting the soundtrack plus a digital art gallery, you're getting 3 different speeder colors. Outfit wise, you're getting Parappa, you're getting the Yarnum Hunter, and you're getting the golden skin plus the game.
Mm,
So that is going to be well worth it. If I remember correctly, it
cool.
is 60 for the standard and then 70 for the deluxe. So that is not terribly bad. And the pre-order is
Yeah,
now open and live on that now. So
yeah.
Good.
um
Hmm.
so I will be getting that. Chances are I'll
I
have to
think
get
I
2
will.
copies. So I have
Think
to
I
put it
will
on
too.
2 different, consoles. Um because it's at some point, we have to have 2 copies because we are having that game being played on 2 different systems right now at the same time sometimes.
Mm,
So, the boys are playing on my wife's system. I'm playing on mine sometimes. So, the other thing that did drop also is that there's new content that have been updated into Astro's Playroom now. There are now 4 hidden bots. There's 4 new trophies, or sorry, yeah, there's new trophies for it.
mm.
You have to find 4 bots within the game. It adds on a whole separate area now as well. That kind of has a portal in it. It's a secret labo area that has a portal that you can go to the PlayStation Store to pre-order the game. There's new collectibles. So
Oh,
there's a
cool.
VR2, there's the accessibility controller, um, and whatnot, and the new PS5s, um, and
All
whatnot.
the
So
Slims. Sweet.
yeah. So yeah, it does add some stuff. The first bot, the hidden bot was unlocked for the public last week. I'm still trying to figure out when the other 3 are going to be unlocked. They only did 1 so far. So I think it's probably going to be timed, to
Yeah,
kind of unlock them as you get closer to the game. Since we're 3 months
yeah.
out from
I
it.
mean,
So
yeah, if you probably time, they probably
one
timed
every
it
like
for
2 weeks,
one
one every
two
like
weeks,
15
maybe
days.
3 weeks for a month, like
Yeah.
because as it gets closer to the
Hmm.
launch date.
Yep. Yeah. So with that though, I'm excited for it because it looks fantastic. There's getting back to kind of what we talked about is there's 8 galaxies, 80 levels, 15 new abilities, 70 new types of enemies. You're going to come across characters from the PlayStation catalog. So in the trailer, you got to see, you know, a Journey reference. You saw Nathan Drake, you saw Kratos, all in that kind of like it felt a lot like Little Big Planet and
Yeah. Well,
Sackboy dressing up
you
as
got to
Yeah.
see
those
them
characters.
in bot form because there were
Yep.
so many bots that if you knew, you knew.
Yep. And even you look at the picture, right? There's Aloy, you see him.
Yeah.
So you know who they are. It's kind of like playing on what we saw in Astro's Playroom with all
Yeah.
the different scenes that
Yeah.
played, respect to the PlayStation history.
Yeah. All the
Um,
scenes. Yeah, for
yep.
sure.
Yep. So Then with that, on June 7th, this past Friday, we had Summer Game Fest, which this time Jeff Keighley knocked it out of the park. So he had their roughly 30-ish announcements. I only grabbed a few of them because some of the announcements were on other, were on Xbox's or Ubisoft Forward. But where I have to give props to Jeff Keighley is that, unlike the Game Awards where everybody knocked him about talking about the layoffs and everything, he opened the show talking about it. So he was calling out that, for right now, the way the game industry is and stuff like that, if you find, a game that you're interested in, pre-order it, wish list it, send it to a friend, let them get interested, those sorts of things. But he did talk briefly about, at the start of the show, just about the layoffs, which I think was great. It really surprised me because he didn't say anything about it last year. But I think when you look at the grand scheme of things, at this point, a lot of people are just like, who cares if these platform holders care, what we're talking about, because we do have to bring, some attention to these layoffs. This is a massively lucrative industry, making a ton of money, and they're laying people off. But a lot of people also don't understand, and it's something I brought up on Twitter conversations, is that also too is some of these layoffs are because these studios felt that COVID revenue was going to be the new norm. So they upstaffed, they started creating all these games, getting all these games in the pipeline, which we all know games take 2, 3, 4, 5 years to make, right?
Yep.
And
Even
now
longer
they're releasing
sometimes.
those games and realizing nobody has the money to put it in and stuff like that. So, so getting into some of the big ones, he kicked off the show with Lego Horizon Adventures. This one surprised everybody because it's coming to Switch as well.
I was kind of surprised at this one because, oh no, I'm sorry, it's not that Toys to Life. It's just their game. Yeah, that's right.
It's just a Lego game, which Lego games have been on all 3 systems.
Yeah, that makes sense. This also makes sense.
However, in this case, Xbox is being left out in the cold, and it is, and I think it's because you don't right now. You don't have a PlayStation character on the Xbox yet. Yes, you have MLB The Show, but you don't have like God of War, Horizon, or any one of those games.
Like,
so
if you steal, I wouldn't say steal, but if you acquire a former PlayStation character, it's not that far off, man.
Talking about Crash?
Of course I'm talking about Crash, man. I guess
no, because Games for Bob is their own company now.
I guess
they've gone indie.
All's fair now because, at some point, PlayStation has acquired former Xbox character as well. So, I guess all's fair, but.
Yeah. I think, honestly, this would have been one that would have been good. Just put it on all the consoles.
Yeah, put on all 3. Like, I don't
who cares?
Yeah,
it's a Lego game.
Agreed. Why not? It would have been fun for everybody.
Yeah. But I also understand it too. But the fact that they're putting it on the Switch is kind of a interesting thing, because what does PlayStation have in the pipe that could be going to, be porting over to the Switch, with Switch 2 and whatnot. So it is coming out in holiday. I'm going to be getting this game just because it's fucking Horizon. And
that's so great.
And I have the freaking Lego tall neck.
You're welcome.
I have to have the neck. I have to have the game to go with with it and whatnot. So
I'm very curious on like how fun it's going to be. So I will be looking forward to your review on it, because
I'm
sure it's going to look cool. Like I already have like an interest in seeing it, because that world in Lego, that's going to be cool.
Oh yeah,
that's going to be pretty cool.
To your point though, how fun is it? Because honestly, for me, any of the Lego games I've picked up, I've played them for a couple of weeks and then poof, like I don't pick them up ever again. It was the same thing with the Lego Skywalker Saga. I picked that up.
Okay.
Played it for a little bit and that was it. Like I haven't gone back to play it at all. So we'll see. Then you had
Ooh, yes.
Black Myth Wukong
This is one I'm waiting for.
comes out August 20th. August is loaded because
Yeah.
we'll get to what else is coming out in August here shortly, but it's coming out to PS5 and PC. This one looked really, really cool.
Yeah.
So I probably won't pick it up day of, but it would be, it'll be interesting to see how it does. You have Alan Wake 2. So on this show, we have a divided staff in that some of us are all digital, some of us are all physical. Alan Wake 2 kind of got knocked in the beginning that it was an all digital title. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is coming to physical editions this fall.
There we go.
As it should.
Yes. Here.
And they dropped Sam was there to announce that Night Springs, the DLC, dropped on Friday. And oh my God, it looks cool because it brings in the Remedy games. So Ashmore, I can't remember which brother it is, but the one that was in Quantum Break.
Sean Ashmore?
Aaron, no, or is it Aaron
Ashmore?
One of the two. Anyways, one of the Ashmore
Yeah.
twins that was in Quantum Break is in the DLC. You had what's her face from Control in the DLC. So it's like they're kind of bringing it all in to
bringing the worlds together.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
So, and then finally, ending the show is Valorant is coming to consoles.
Wow. To both?
Yes, it is coming to
Xbox
console.
And PS5.
So that's huge, right?
That is very
forever. Valorant's been on PC only.
Yes.
And now it is going to be joining the consoles, and I think that's a great opportunity for them.
I mean, like,
absolutely.
If you put that into an aspect of like how Apex Legends blew up because it
correct
went, from PC to consoles. Oh my God, this is going to be the same thing for Valorant. It's only just going to get them better. It's only going to get them more publicity, more people playing,
and it's had staying power.
Yeah. So I mean, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be good. I mean, like, shout outs to Riot for that. Good on them. But I mean, I'm just still looking for Project L, or I'm sorry, 2KL, 2KL,
whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So then we had Ubisoft Forward, which was yesterday. They kind of ended all the game conferences and stuff like that because I mean, there was also IGN Live this weekend too. So it was really, really heavy.
There was a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like, good on you, E3, for shutting down so that all these can, walk.
Yeah.
So they can run. But
E3 did not do their thing this year.
This could have been an E3 like all presser again, like how it was. But
that's why I named it that this should have been E3 week. But so they kicked off the show with an extended look at Star Wars Outlaws coming in August on the 30th. I'm not
gonna lie. I loved it. I'm not gonna lie, but it was frustrating.
After seeing it, I am going to be getting it, but I'm going to get the base. I'm going to get the base edition.
I'm just getting the base edition too.
Julian and Ubi, I love you guys, but I'm not going to pay an extra $30 to unlock a level, like a mission. I'm just not. Like I've got so much going on right now, especially with, I've got Fan Expo in Denver coming up 4th of July, which now just got more expensive because they announced 4 more actors from Supernatural are going to be there. So you've got Ruthie, who plays Rowena. You've got the guy who played Jack. You've got Jim Brewer who plays Bobby. And then you've got Mark Shepard who plays Crowley.
Oh, okay, cool.
Jared Padalecki.
Nice.
So they're gonna have a big old thing and whatnot. Dude, the team up photo is $435 to get a picture with all 5 of them. However, Theo, my wife, and I, we are going to split it 3 ways.
Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, cool.
Anyway, so Julian Garrido did come out and talk about the game. It was great seeing him and whatnot.
Yeah.
Something I still keep in touch with him. We've had him on talk about the Division 2 and whatnot. And then after that, they had X Defiant, which is the new free to play, which is currently in preseason right now, because they've been basically putting it through its paces, making some little updates here and there prior to season 1. But we're officially getting the kickoff of season 1. I have put this little thing in there, embargoes. It's actually embargoes lift on 7-1. The reason I'm kind of putting that in there is because there is going to be a press event, press preview event for season 1 that is happening on the 25th and the 26th. And we have been invited to it. I've already talked to the PR guys. We sent over the invite. I will be signing the NDA, so we'll be able to talk a lot more about all the in-depth stuff after the first of the month. I look forward to it. As we all know, I am a huge Division fan, and X Defiant is freaking amazing. It's not quite a COD killer, but for me, it's a COD killer. I'm having way more fun with it. But we'll talk about that when we, a little bit here when we talk about the games we've been playing. But they did announce the GSK from Rainbow Six Siege is going to be joining as one of the factions. They're going to add a capture the flag mode, which is great because they've got, domination, they've got, capture, they've got escort, already. So they're introducing a ranked reward system. We're getting 3 new guns and we're getting 3 new maps. It's going to be 1 per month. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Looking forward to the press event. It's going to be similar to our coverage for the Division Resurgence, where we'll have some info we'll be able to share about it. Plus, we'll be able to I'm going to be sitting down and interviewing the developers on the 26th. So we'll have some interview information there. Alrighty, and then they did announce, they kind of did a Skull and Bones thing. You know what? We made fun of it. It's come a long way.
I'll still make fun of it.
It still feels like Black Flag, but they're in season 2 now. And that means they've got enough of a base of players that are enjoying the game and enough to make a season 2, right? Especially when you look at, Sea of Thieves has gone PlayStation 5. You've got that alternative as well.
That's still different because you're still a character in first person view. You're still just
the ship.
Anyways, hey, Jerry, stop laughing at a quadruple A title game, sir.
Stop. God.
But no, I seriously though,
A game
that still baffles me.
I do want to give some kudos to that team though, because they persevere through all of that bullshit. Like of having to basically rebrand and rebuild and all of that to the point where they're now on a season 2. So I do want to say kudos to that team. Good for them because you had to overcome so much just to get that game to a launch, right? How many delays?
They pretty much weathered the storm, I mean, I don't know what else you could do with this quadruple A.
Man game, over here telling dad jokes, and I'm the dad of the team.
But hey, when it comes to this, like, I get it. Like, again, I'm not. I'm shocked that they perceived it as a quadruple A game. I get that you have a lot of investment, a lot of people playing it, but don't do that to yourself. Don't shoot yourself in the foot.
But so part of that course of Havoc though, they're getting new rewards that are time limited, festive events. So they're doing Dragon's Regatta, Summer Fiesta. They're also bringing new ship upgrades and fleet management to the game.
Funny thing is, it was just announced too with a teaser trailer. Black Flag is getting rebooted and coming back.
I mean, like,
where did you see that?
Why would you shoot your quadruple
A teaser trailer is out. Like, it's getting remastered.
Like, why Ubisoft don't make another competitor for a competitor of your game? What are you doing?
That's what I thought was so funny. Yeah,
Like,
it's getting remastered.
make a DLC where you can get the Black Flag ships, or you can get the stuff from Black Flag. Oh, DLC, there you go, Ubisoft. You made 100 million right there. Boom.
Yep.
Now you can call yourself a quadruple A game. It's okay, but it's okay.
We'll see, because it hasn't been confirmed by Ubi, and some of these things that are out there in the wild, these are fan generated stuff.
Possible.
Oh, I'm looking at an article about it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that being
That's great.
said,
What's the next
if-
slide?
well, no, if they do bring back Black Flag, I'm buying it.
I mean,
This is my
they can
it's my
right now
favorite.
because they're pushing
Yeah.
this one. Yeah,
Speaking of Assassin's Creed,
Yeah, they're pushing Shadows right now.
coming out November 15th, we got to see gameplay. So there was gameplay during Ubisoft Forward, and there was a longer trailer during Xbox game showcase. So a lot of people are still kind of pushing back on that you have an African American samurai, which the team did their research, and there actually was an African American samurai in Japan at the time the game takes place.
Yes.
So
get off, please. Ubisoft does their research when they do.
They really
do.
Pieces.
If
They
anything,
really
like
research
that's
it.
what
Come
they're
on,
that's what they're
guys.
known for.
that is why
Like-
Assassin's Creed Origins is being used in Egyptian studies classes.
I mean, any Assassin's Creed outside of the main canon, let's say,
And
has been used for freaking everything. I mean, like
heck,
they go to the T. You could go to which street you're
Mhm.
gonna go to.
Unity. They use
Assassin-
it
Unity.
as a
And you could
schematic
be like,
for
"Whoa."
Notre Dame.
Yeah,
Thank
can
you. I
go
was
down
just about
the
to bring that
street
up,
and like, hey,
Jerry.
I know where this is because I've been
Yep.
playing Unity. Oh, hey, I know where this is because Origins like taught me.
And they
this,
do the same thing though with the Division, right? With Division 1 and 2, like they're using legit
full to scale, like
full on
New
a
York
scale
and
and-
legit
whatnot.
and
streets,
DC and
guys.
everything. So they do their
Stop
research.
it.
And
Yeah, they do.
sometimes yes, you don't necessarily have the same character of a real person in game, but they do their research on their history and everything to make these games. Yes, they're just a story, but they fit, historically.
And I would
Yes.
honestly,
Yeah.
I would give the gameplay video a try.
Yep.
It's definitely
Yeah.
one or the other. So like the girl assassin, it's all stealth, and it's awesome. And then with the samurai,
It's
you're
brutality.
you're a boulder. Like you're just crashing through everything. So it really is kind of a yin and yang play on things,
Mhm.
and I think that kind of balance is gonna
Yep.
give the player a good a healthy
Mhm.
oh, okay, I'm done with the stealth. Like, yeah, let's just I'm ready to just kill stuff.
Yep.
And I think it's gonna give them a good balance, and
Yep.
we'll see. We'll see how good it does.
All right. Let's talk about the
As long as
Xbox Game
people aren't
Showcase.
named like randomly, like please have a time acceptable
Yes.
name. Don't put it like, oh, this is Duncan. Like get the heck out of
Yes.
here.
All right. So to our listeners, we predominantly are PlayStation with some Switch in there and whatnot. And we do talk about Xbox when it's well deserving. And I need to give Xbox Phil Spencer,
Man,
Sarah Bond, Matt Booty, a huge shout out to this showcase, because this is one of their
Yeah.
best showcase in years. And we actually, were there at the Microsoft Theater in 2019 to go out on that show floor that they had set up where they did their presentation to see some of that stuff. And it's great. So here's all the games they announced. So 24 plus another 6. So you had 30 games. Starting off with, you have Black Ops 6, which is coming to all platforms. That's out of Phil
Wow.
Spencer's mouth. Day
Wow.
one, all platforms on 10/25, because they're pushing the narrative of everybody deserves a play. So all these games that have historically been on other platforms are staying there. But here's the thing with Black Ops 6. So we all know, anybody who's played COD knows how big those freaking installs are. and how much it takes up.
Mm-hmm.
I saw somebody tweeted out a picture of the pre-install, of what the pre-install files are looking like, and it was like 220 gig. There are rumors that this is going to be a 300 gig install.
Yes, sir. I mean, if you only play Call of Duty, you know that that's fine.
I mean, yeah.
You know, like
You ain't playing anything else, especially if you've got a Series S.
well, I mean, we're different kind of gamers, you know. Like as I said, I've never been an FPS person, so you know, I don't have to worry about 300. I don't have to worry about my entire hard drive being
Give you an
blown out.
idea. X Defiant is only like 50 gig. So we'll see. It looks great. They're
That's
putting some
crazy.
new mechanics into the game, allowing you like to fall back on your back and slide back and shoot. You know, some move mechanics on that. So
The full 360 like movement that
yeah,
you can
just
like, yeah, it's
yeah.
you're supposed to be way more fluid and yeah.
And it is
Look good.
Treyarch. It's Treyarch and Raven doing it. So they are the team. You know, that's their all stars. So we'll see what happens with it. But you also had Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. They just said it's coming in 2024. They gave extended play on it. I'm sorry, I cannot separate Troy Baker, like you know, his voice and everything, and Indy. It's not. I'm not feeling the Indie part of it.
Is it a VR game or was that
no,
a full-fledged?
That's the way it is. It is in first person.
It's a first person. Okay.
Until you do the cut scenes and the rope scenes, then it's in third person. Anything else, it's in first. And that it's Indiana Jones. Let us fucking see Indy.
Yeah, it's got to be third person. It's got to be a third person type of adventure game. Like, I mean, dude, if you're gonna do the OG, it's got to be like an Uncharted game. Like, I mean, come on.
Yes.
I mean, that's
Uncharted, Tomb Raider, you know.
Exactly. I mean,
you know,
yeah. So the first person's interesting. That's quite the direction to go.
So you had Doom: The Dark Ages and Fable.
That looked, oh man, those were some good trailers.
They look great, and they're coming next year. And that was the thing, is most of the stuff that was announced during their game showcase was either coming this year, coming next year. You know, there's a couple out there that are, you know, no dates yet, which talking about that, you know, you've got Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater was announced, which looked gorgeous.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Dude, I mean, honestly, when I look at these 30 games, dude, honestly, 4 of them really pop out, which I'm kind of excited for Xbox to actually finally pull it back.
What are the 4 that pop out to you?
Metal Gear Solid Delta.
Okay. Which I think that's going to be probably PlayStation as well. They just chose to
probably going to be, but I mean, like, just announcing it alone is wow. Enough.
Yeah.
Second one, Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark is
very
underrated.
Let's talk about dude. Perfect Dark looks freaking amazing.
Yeah, very underrated game that was always in the shadows.
The Initiative,
of GoldenEye, like always, it needed to be its own thing, and I'm glad that they're redoing it. Hopefully, they make that a.
The trailer made it look good. It's going to be interesting. Let's see how it gets executed. Yeah.
Yep.
The third one, Age of
trailer
Mythology.
Started it off well.
Age of Mythology coming
for PC
back again. You know, like that is the classic game. That is the game that everybody has played at least once. Everybody in the entire world has played at least once. You know, that game will never die. You know, like so.
It was a fun computer game, yeah.
And then fourth one, Diablo 4. You know, like it
the
expansion.
It will. Diablo 4 when it was on PC was a little bit too much, but if they have it just like as a console kind of game, that's actually more fitting. I think Blizzard needed to lower itself down to that console game because, you know, Diablo 4 was just too expanded. But now if you just rein it in a little bit and just put it on console, I mean, yes, it's probably going to be on PC as well. But you bring it to the console, like the console gaming experience with dungeon crawlers. It's a lot more like handheld, a
Yep.
lot more feel.
Um,
And of course Avowed, like I mean, I think that's going to be their ace in the hole for sure.
so real quick, you also have Gears of War E-Day,
Oh my God,
which
that looked
you
great.
see a young Marcus Phoenix,
And Dom.
and whatnot. Also Doom the Dark Ages, Phil Spencer's also come out and said that one's going to be on all platforms that Doom has normally been
Sweet.
on. So that's going to be coming to PlayStation. And then
That one looked like just pure fun.
and this is where I have to knock EA. You have Dragon Age the Veilguard announced. It's coming out this year for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. That trailer was shit.
Yeah, a lot of people were not
And
trailer. Like
what's even worse
people were
is
saying
people
the Pixar trailer.
people have gone hands-on with that game and said it is like night and day, that trailer versus what the gameplay is. And they've said the gameplay is more like traditional Dragon Age. So EA, what are you doing? Because everybody's waiting for so long for a Dragon Age to come back.
Yeah.
And
That's
we
another
get
one
this.
everyone's
It's
been kind of screaming for.
renamed and rebranded to Veilguard, and you give us that trailer. So hopefully we get something better. But for me, the games that really stand out is, we all know what Black Ops. Yeah, it's Black Ops is Black Ops. It's COD.
It's their blood.
Um,
It's their blood. It's their surviving. Like it's their.
But for me, right, I think the bigger heavy hitters are going to be, you've got Gears of War from the Coalition. The Xbox fans have been waiting for a Gears of War for a long time now.
Oh man, yeah.
And I think bringing it back to its origins and like, hey, this is how it all began is monumental, because
I think it's the perfect move. That's the only move they could have done, because that's the one thing all of us fans have always like, dude, like I want to know what happened on E-Day. Like that's the biggest setup that they made.
Yeah.
And this is the perfect move for them to kind of reboot the franchise.
For those,
to kind of
are you rebooting it though? Because I mean, if you have
or trying to rebrand it, or
are you gonna retcon the whole thing? Like, what do we? That's it's a toss up.
I don't think it's a toss. You're right. It's a toss up. It's either going to be a rebrand or they're rebooting, where they're starting with the beginning day, and then
there might be the end
coming out with more.
That game series, because you're coming full circle at this point.
We'll have to see what EA, how it does, right? If it doesn't do like they expect it to, then it could very well be the last one in the series, right? Or it could blow up and they go, well, maybe we need to go back to Gears of War 1, 2, 3, remake those in the vein of Final Fantasy.
I can
go
see
back
them
and
doing
put
that
in
too.
what we wanted to put in, maybe retcon some stuff, whatever it is. But I think the other things that stand out for me, right, is Fable. We're getting another trailer.
Fable was big. That was a great trailer.
Was fantastic. I loved playing that on the Xbox. So to have Fable coming back is great. We touched on Perfect Dark. You've had that series dormant for a while now.
Literally in the shadows of every game before it.
Yeah. I mean, periodically, Matt, I remember you've been mentioning that, like, dude, I want to see the Perfect Dark. Like,
correct. Because it's been like 2-3 years since they revealed a little teaser trailer during it, and then nothing.
Well, not just that, but like even going farther back, like Perfect Dark was always like second fiddle to something.
To GoldenEye.
Especially around that time, because that game stood out because it was really good.
Yeah, to GoldenEye, to original COD, or original Halo, because it came out 360. So maybe like,
and it was very innovative. I feel like it was one of the first. Like, I remember the first time playing it. Holy crap! Like, if I throw my gun, it's a turret. Like,
you had Perfect. Yep, you had Perfect Dark on the N64, and then to Jason's point, right, you had Perfect Dark Zero, which launched on the 360.
Which was and that's kind of what I think really grew and created that new fan base, because those two games really really
were
helped
amazing.
stand it out.
They
Yeah,
were amazing, but they were just always overshadowed by a
Yep.
different shooter.
by the bigger,
And I
actually a
think-
bigger AAA game, which like was kind of unfair. It sucks, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And when you compare like first persons, Perfect Dark works perfectly for first person, always has. And
Yeah, I remember
the
it was-
initiative has
it
done
was
looks
good.
like they did an amazing job with it. You know, the other thing that sticks out to me is you've got Life is Strange double exposure. That there's a huge following for Life is Strange.
Yep.
So being able to announce that is huge for Microsoft. You know, there's so many of these like all these exclusives. They, you know, Sarah Bond did say it's all coming out day one. You know, all of, if you watch the press, right, all of the exclusives that are from Xbox Game Studios are going to be day one Game Pass games.
Mm.
So they are now really
Very cool.
trying to beef up, you know, really beef up the offerings for Game Pass.
Yeah.
And then right at the end, right before they showed off the Gears of War E-Day trailer, which I think was a great way to end it, is you have this. So coming out the holiday, they are bringing out 3 new editions of the Xbox. They are going to be doing an all digital Xbox Series X that is 1 terabyte in the white. You're going to have a white 1 terabyte Series S, and then you're going to have a 2 terabyte Series X coming out. The
Like that
Series
Series
X,
X.
it looks like it's going to be going for 600.
Damn.
Yeah. I haven't seen the price points for the Series X and the Series
On
S.
2 terabyte, but
You know, dude, 1 terabyte on the Xbox fills up fast. I mean, heck, it fills up
yeah,
fast on the
that if I
PlayStation
remember
2. We all
correctly,
know
like
that.
yeah, those games
So
took up
If
a lot of
you
space.
just get
but-
one of the terabytes by itself, all you can play is Call of Duty and a couple other games. Just think about that. Think about that though.
Yeah.
Like that is 1/3 of whatever you could do is already.
well, even then you got to
storage
include the
already.
OS on there, so you're really
Yeah.
only starting off with like 850 terabyte or 850
Yeah.
gigs.
Well,
So
I mean, like I'm giving Xbox the benefit of the doubt with that. You know, like I'm just saying 1/3. Like let's say like you know, 50 gigabyte for OS stuff. You know, like okay,
yeah,
give you the benefit of the doubt. 1/3 is still gone. Just
Yep.
you know, so
It's
okay. I don't play
600.
COD, so I don't have to
Well,
worry about that.
I mean,
Mhm.
that makes sense with the 2 terabyte. but
that I
damn,
will
that's
say this,
just a lot. That's
that
a
2
lot.
terabyte digital, you know, or that 2 terabyte system does look pretty though with the
I like
Galaxy
the
sparkles
yeah,
on it.
I like the Galaxy
and that-
Black. It looks
that-
good, man.
and that fluorescent green on it and whatnot.
It makes it pop, and then it's got like looks like a
Bring it back to
matte
the roots,
finish.
man. Bring it back to their roots.
I just want to say that it's about fucking time, Xbox. Like the Xbox community has been starved for first party content.
It's not for
And
just games in general.
yeah,
I
mean,
think
and they hit it
I
out of the
think it's
park.
nice
So
that we all have kind of gotten like it's. I think we're all kind of like it's refreshing to see Xbox like, dude, they turned it out. Like they
did.
like they really killed it this year. Like those are
and I hate to say it,
showcase. Like they were like surprise after surprise, and then banger after banger. Like it was nice. It was refreshing. Like they really kicked ass.
yeah. And like I said, to Phil Spencer, Matt Booty, and Sarah Bond, amazing job with this.
Yeah, it was great.
And we've always said this, that the game industry is always better when all 3 platforms are at their strongest.
Huh.
You know, and now you're looking at, you know, Nintendo. Let's be honest, this year's been a wasted year. Yeah, you got Princess Peach, but then you've got the remake of Luigi's Mansion
I don't know
2.
about a
You've got
wasted year.
hold on. This has been the year of the
biding
freaking
their time.
remake. It's the year of the
been-
remake.
Yeah,
been
it's the
kind
their
of-
remake, but I think they're waiting. I think they're biding their time until they do their announcement.
Well, I get that, but
Yeah.
you know, but you've got titles that people have been clamoring for, and they
but you're
still
not
don't-
wrong. That's a gamble. A whole year of just coming out with remakes and like okay releases. I agree.
Like Princess
but I
Peach.
think they're they're putting their, all their ducks in like this,
Mhm.
the announcement,
I don't think so. I don't think so, man. I think
You don't think so?
I'm on with the Matt right now. You kind of have a wasted year. Like
So far.
we're already at the halfway mark of the year, just about. And you haven't really shocked and awed us with something we can clench onto for Nintendo.
I think
Like
I agree. Yeah.
I haven't gone and be like, oh, you know what? Let me go try and pick up let me go see and if there's
my
something interesting to buy on the Switch. And I look and I'm like, nope, because everything that when
Honestly, for me, it was,
Mhm.
and probably for same with Matt, for me, it was Tears and Wonder. And I think Matt for Wonder.
Wonder. Like,
I mean, like
I picked up Tears. I played it for a bit. Breath of the Wild and Tears just don't hit with me.
Yeah.
I just,
Yeah.
but
Wonder was pretty much the last like
last thing
pre-ordered
I picked
game
up,
we're
I
like
bought,
excited
well, I
to go
bought
pick
Princess
up.
Peach for the boys. They
Right.
played it for a bit, and that's it. Like, they've been playing, honestly, they've been playing Mario versus Rabbids, like the first one.
But Wonder was the
know?
last one where you had a pre-order like, oh, dude, I'm picking up. Like you were
Yes.
excited to go pick it up,
And it was disappointing,
Uh,
and like Luigi's Mansion 2, as much as I love Luigi's Mansion, I'm actually thinking about swapping my pre-order to something else.
because I mean it's a remake that you
It's a
you've
remake,
played
right?
before.
And
Like
it's a full price remake
Yeah.
at that.
yeah.
Right. And then they did Thousand Year Door. That's another remake, just a port. So I think the only thing that saves their year this year, in my eyes, is you have to do Ocarina, or not Ocarina, but Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, and you have to do Metroid Prime 2 and 3.
Yeah.
With, and I'm gonna say this, with a trailer for Metroid Prime 4. So
it's
And normally I think like you'd be reaching, Matt, but to be perfectly honest, I don't think you're asking for much because
it's the year of the remake.
right? But all of those have already been announced too, and we still haven't seen any kind of information. I would agree with you guys on that. Where like, yeah, I mean, it's time to make some announcements. But I just understand that I think they're biding their time for their Switch.
Oh yeah, I think they're gonna have a banger lineup, right?
Yeah,
and I still think
I
think
mean,
Metroid
I do
Prime,
agree. I think this was wasted time. I just think like in hindsight they have an idea, but
and I think Metroid Prime 4
Yeah.
is a saddle title. I think it's going to be like Breath of the
they
Wild,
better
where
do
it's going to
something
come
with
out.
it.
Well, I
mean,
think Prime does. It might make its way to the standard Switch, and I think it's gonna be a launch title for the Switch too, much like Breath of the Wild was.
I hope so. They better do something with it because they've
the
already
problem
delayed
is
it enough. And
the problem was Metroid, as well as it did with Metroid Prime Remastered, which that game was fantastic and it was perfect. Metroid doesn't have the following that Zelda does. It doesn't have the following that Mario does. So,
but I
along
think
with
it's
Metroid, you better
it's
have.
starting to get that following. I think it's now getting more and more
Mhm.
recognized. Where it's building that fan base. It's always had that like hardcore niche fan
Mhm.
base, but I think with Dread it opened people like, oh, this was pretty cool. So
Yeah.
hopefully with more coming out,
So
more and more will get it.
I'm going to start us off with what I've been playing, because finishing up that conversation about Nintendo, that's not what I've been playing, because my Switch has not, other than the boys playing it, because I've got the better save file for Mario versus Rabbids, because I had a lot
what's
unlocked.
going on with the addiction? It hasn't
Animal Crossing has not been touched in almost a month. 3 weeks. Because I
so
popped onto the island for a little bit, but
your island could have like weeds and bushes.
it's overrun with weeds. I can guarantee you. And I was still building.
Something's wrong.
I was building a cool movie theater. Like, I went and found stuff on there, so I've got like actual movie posters up for walls, wall decorations and stuff like that. But honestly, my Switch, I have no interest in playing my Switch.
Okay. Oh, right on.
I am playing my PS5 a shit ton right now.
Sweet.
I have my MLB The Show season, which I am a game and a half back of the Diamondbacks. The Dodgers are sitting a half game in front of me right now. And I
That's what
still
I
haven't
like to
faced them
hear.
yet. So I'm looking forward to facing them and actually hitting against Shohei Ohtani. Um, I've started doing more virtual photography inside of Gran Turismo. I'm getting back into that. And oh my God, I'm posted some killer shots on Instagram and Twitter. Um, I showed a friend of mine some of the shots, and they're like, "That's real?" I said, "No, no, no, that's in Gran Turismo. Like the
Nice.
shots looked almost real." Um, um, of course, I rolled credits on Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. I started Mass Effect 2 on Sunday.
Nice. Oh, sick.
Part of that is because I was showing Jason. My wife got me the art book for my
Yeah.
anniversary present. That's going to Fan Expo with me, so I can meet, have Jennifer Hale, Keith David, and Fred sign it. The cast. Uh, Ton of X Defiant. Like I am loving X Defiant beyond all means. I think what it is like with the problem with Call of Duty is there is no casual versus ranked. It's just everybody gets thrown into a lobby. And come to find out, they use whoever kind of like this the party leader. It uses their stats to determine the lobby, and then you end up getting put in with tryhards. All those people that are worried about their KDs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So with this one, I I don't give a damn about my KD. I am playing, and this is going to shock people that have played with me and know me and stuff like that. Is I am playing the fucking objective. So on escort, I'm trying to get the escort package. I'm trying to help out, provide support there, defend the zones. All of
So
that stuff.
you're actually being a part of a team.
Like actually, like, and I'm
Interesting.
sitting there going, guys, we got to move this package. Let's go. Like,
That's not the game of
um,
COD. What the heck? Come on, bro. You're
no,
playing it wrong.
it's so it's
You're playing it
fun. The
wrong.
gun mechanics are tighter, um,
Hmm.
the guns, some of the guns will tear you up, and then some will just, you can just destroy people with. And it has a lot of a Black Ops 6 or Black Ops 3 feel to it, where you have your individual characters, they have their own special abilities, and they have an ultra that you get built up, over time from kills and point scoring and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
for a free to play game, it's free to play. And here's the great part about this is to unlock the guns, all you have to do is do a specific challenge. That's it. So for like the ACR, you have to have 10 long range kills. To unlock the
Sick.
M4, it's 20 headshots. Like the marksman rifles, you got to do a certain thing. The snipers, the SMGs, and the shotguns, LMGs. Like all you have to do is do special, like beat a challenge, you unlock the gun, and then you can start leveling up the gun. And just like COD, it's got the barrel, it's got, you can put silencers on it, you've got the
Oh,
underbarrel,
attachments
the
and stuff.
stock, you have attachments,
Cool.
and it's 5 attachments. That's it, And they actually, what I love about X Defiant versus COD is you can actually go in and look at the details of each attachment. So you can see how the bullet falls off. You can see how the damage decreases over distance.
Oh,
Uh,
cool.
all of those specs, so you can really make informed decisions about your gun setups, um,
Hmm.
and whatnot. So that's what I've been playing. Like I've been playing a ton, and I don't seem to have
Sweet.
time for everything. So, Jerry,
Too bad.
Let's see. Still trying to find time to fight for democracy. It has been a little bit. I've been sticking with Final Fantasy. Although you guys are gonna laugh. Speaking of addictions, I loaded up a certain game
so you can go
that I
fishing.
had. Yeah, yeah, and I really felt like hunting, and I don't know, I felt like riding down a horse down the pastures a little bit. So yeah, that
Jason,
got it up
this is
again.
exactly why you were going to beat him to
No,
the end of
I
Final
already knew. I
Fantasy.
already
Exactly
knew. I
why
didn't
I
even
didn't really fight you all that much
like.
when you was like, "I'm gonna pass you." I'm like,
Like, yeah, I
normally
mean,
I'd
like I
argue
bought it. How much longer after I was like, yo, it's okay. I'll
that.
beat Jerry. I'm beating it. It's not a big
I
deal.
Yeah,
I need you guys to catch up and finish this because I need to talk
I'm
about
gonna
the ending of
finish
this
it.
fucking game.
Oh,
I'll
I'll
finish it.
finish it this
I'll
week.
catch up. I'll
I'll finish
finish
it
it.
this week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because I want to have
I got it.
Soldier and Drew and VK on so we can actually talk about the fucking game.
Yeah, I'll be done this
Okay.
week, but I mean, I don't know about Jerry. Theo beat it already, right? Or not yet?
He was
No. Theo's gonna take his time,
Yeah.
but I'll have it done. I'll have it
You're a
done.
liar. Don't lie to me. Don't
Shut
you
your
lie to my
face.
face.
I'll
You
do it.
lie to my face. Oh my
I'll have
God.
it done. It isn't gonna be like last time. I'm not gonna leave it like last time. I will finish it in a timely manner. No
Alrighty.
faith. No faith whatsoever.
Zero. I have zero faith, man. Like, my goodness.
Do I need to get Newman on here just for a minute?
Dude,
Just to
where has Newman been?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
get
Where
him.
has he been at?
Yeah.
I miss you, bro.
he's been good. He's got a lot of things going on now at
Good.
night when we record.
Okay.
Okay.
Staying busy.
Yeah, so he's keeping busy.
Yeah,
I
good
talk
on
to him
him.
every couple of days because I still work with him.
Send him our best. I hope he's
Yeah.
doing well.
Yep.
He's doing well.
Newman.
You know?
So, Jason,
You know, like I've
besides
been,
catching up on Final Fantasy,
I mean, I've been dominating that game. Like
Yeah.
that, you know. It's all right, Jerry. It's okay. Don't worry.
So
I'll tell you how it is. I'll tell you how
Oh
it is.
my god.
Just like every other game I get, I'm like, oh, you know what, Jerry, I'll tell you how it is.
You're so annoying. I'm gonna beat it. I am gonna beat it.
I've been playing that
before the PS6 comes out.
Oh, you're so
wow.
stupid. You're so
Okay,
stupid.
at a minimum before the Switch
So
2.
dramatic.
Before the Switch 2.
Yes. You guys are mean.
Been playing that. You know, just catching on backlog a little bit. Been playing a lot more Teamfight Tactics, you know, like it's my unwind game, you know, the little I guess you could say, you know, game from Riot that a little bit off League of Legends. It's like a little chess game kind of thing. Yeah, it's been a while, but I've just been playing that just to unwind, you know, like nothing too serious, nothing too crazy, you know. What else have I been playing? Those two for sure. And here and there, like wife's still going on the tiers. I think she's almost completed it, almost completed.
Nice.
So like she's been having fun with that, and then we might pick up we're waiting for The Last of Us season 2 to play the game and go through that. So we want to play it at the same time.
Ooh, okay.
Because
Very good. Very cool.
it's
I need to fire that up.
Yeah, well, because neither of us have fully
Mhm.
we've only played a few chapters of it, and you know,
Oh, dude.
I haven't finished
Yeah.
it, so
Definitely got to finish it.
because it's on that backlog list. But I've kind of decided like once the season does come out, you know, since it will be weekly, we'll play up to however far, and then you know stop and then play up to however
Yep.
far. No
Sweet.
way, you know, you get this like, what did they miss? Because you know they always opt to take stuff out.
Yes.
So and like we've had,
They were still, for the most part, with one, they were still pretty faithful, though.
yeah. I mean, again,
Yeah.
very faithful.
This
So
one's
like
gonna
I
be
know,
this one's gonna be interesting because it was docked that it's got eight episodes only, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's
So,
8
I
or
mean,
9. So
but at least I know when they stop at stopping points, like a legit stopping point, rather
Yeah.
than like,
you
oh,
can tell like, oh, I think this is around this part of the game. Like you can definitely tell.
Yeah,
Yep.
you can tell exactly where you stop and where they stop. And, like we said plenty of times before on the podcast, there are times when we did play the first one. I wish they extended certain scenes. I wish they
Mhm.
extended certain things. I wish they took out certain things, but it's up to how they want to pursue it. And, it's going to be interesting
Mm.
seeing it from start to finish, both
Yep.
gaming wise and TV show wise. So I mean, we're looking forward to that. So we're gonna do
All
that
right.
as it's coming out, because then we'll be
Nice.
we'll be constantly like you know like, oh my God.
Yep. All right.
We don't have
So,
to wait
Cool.
weeks. We're like, oh,
right. So yeah, so with that, I want to thank everyone for crashing game night with us tonight. Especially for those that just kind of joined and watched in and whatnot. Thank you for allowing us to give you a little bit of distraction from your evening. Um, if it's first time crashing, hey, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please drop us a follow. Head on over to crashinggamenight.com and follow us on the platform of your choice. You can check out our past videos. Um, I am starting to get some articles posted as well, to the blog. While I was on my trip to see my daughter, I did get a review for Bit Trip Rerunner posted, because we did get a review code from the studio. That was a lot of fun.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a rhythm game that's a side scroller. They introduced
oh,
the movements and stuff like that. But it's not really like a rhythm game, because if you miss the rhythm, it's not like it penalizes you for it, like for
boo,
score multipliers and stuff.
Huh.
boo.
Well, you know
Okay.
what? For those of us that aren't rhythmically inclined,
Well, I mean, it's a rhythm game. It's like Patapon, bro.
so
Like if you
yeah.
mess up in
But
Patapon, you're
anyways, it
dead.
was
Dance
beautiful. It
Revolution.
was
Yeah.
great. So I got a review article up about that and whatnot. So I'm working on some stuff. Of course, for X Defiant, I'm gonna hold off on the review article for that until season we can break the embargo, or not break the embargo, but after the
The
embargo
embargo's
lifts,
lifted.
rather, we can talk more about it. So I'll do way more in depth for X Defiant in that article, um,
Mhm.
and whatnot. And so, but yeah, thank you everybody. And also too is like right now with everything that's going on, with some of the national or natural disasters and stuff that are taking place, with a lot of places are getting flooded. You're seeing a lot more tornadoes and stuff like that. So hopefully you're staying safe with your family. And as always, just be excellent to each other.
That's right, everyone. Of course, we want to send out the same message we do after every episode. We want everyone to, be thankful, try and exercise a little bit more compassion, some patience. Let's try and lend out a helping hand here and there. Let's just overall try to uh, do and be better. It's still crazy out there, and with more upcoming events
Yep.
coming up in the future, it's only going to get more challenging for us to be positive and be patient with one another. So yeah, let's just try and do better and be better and be safe out there. Thank you all, and you all be you and be nerds and be exactly who you are. And be safe. Thank you, J Rock.
Yeah, I mean, for all of you, watching this live, welcome to have you guys. As well as, for all you fathers, because this Sunday will be Father's Day. So, Matt,
That's
oh,
right.
happy early Father's Day to you,
Happy
sir.
Father's
Thank
Day,
you.
bud. Yeah.
So happy Father's Day to all of you out there that are fathers, have fathers, all that stuff. So, anyways, this weekend, please have a good Father's Day. I mean, that's what I want to take away from this.
Mhm.
What else? Oh yeah, I know a lot of you out there are wondering why I'm not talking more about Hellblade right now. Don't worry. I am going to be playing it. It's been a rough couple weeks, so
Mhm.
Yeah.
I am going to be playing it very soon after I finish beating Final Fantasy VII before Jerry. So I just wanted to let you guys know out there before we sign out right now. All right now. So, just take care of yourselves, like the other guys have said. Be courteous out there. It is Father's Day. It will be busy.
Mhm.
Grill those hot dogs, grill those burgers. Have some good family time. So,
Mhm.
take a pause on gaming for one day, just one day.
Yeah.
Anyways, my boy Theo, he is not here, so I can't say my
Work
man
sucks.
like I used to, like I always do.
Yeah.
But you know what? We'll just send it out very calmly, very peacefully. You know. So Matt, Jared, me, it's good to have you on. All right, boys. Well, till next time, TTFN. That's all for now.
Good night, everybody.
You gotta keep it calm.
Later. Yeah, very zen.